How long has it been since you spent 3 whole days focusing only on the presence within, devoting that time to deepening your spiritual connection? We all know that it makes a huge difference in our lives as we watch the unfolding after a retreat. Yet, do we take the time to do it? Do we prioritize it, or do we let life sweep us along in its busy flow? Take a moment to feel into that deepest part of you, that life force within you, from which everything else springs. Feel how it would be to focus on it deeply for 3 whole days. Imagine what would unfold for you after that. I know, having led over 50 retreats, I still experience incredible openings and breakthroughs after each and every retreat. It's one of the reasons that I'm really eager and excited about doing this virtual retreat. Since right now, having a live retreat is not really practical, I've come up with a lot of new methods that work as well online as they do in the retreats, even for the movement part. And that movement part is so key because we've got to get our bodies freed up first. You can't do everything with the mind. And I've always taken care of the body first in the retreats. And that opens up so much more flow in the mind and emotions. So what's possible for you with divine openings? It can be huge.
If I look back, my life is so incredibly different. I mean, I really came very broken, feeling very broken with addiction and illness and just a bunch of things that I was in. And I'm not, I mean, and it's just like they lift it out very gently and things just keep getting better. I didn't have this explosive, everything changed overnight, but it has just continued this beautiful getting better.
Everything just started falling away without effort. I smoked pot 24/7. I would get up in the middle of the night to get high again. It just fell away. One day I was like, I don't like how this makes me feel, and I just didn't want to use it at all. And I'm like, couldn't have imagined life without it before that. And I drank about 5 liters of wine a day and I didn't like how it made me feel to have anything like that. And just, that was it. Caffeine went the same way. Valium went the same way. Antidepressants went the same way. And it's just been pretty miraculous.
Within the first year of finding the book, not feeling very much. The instrument panel, which you guys will see in the book, made no sense to me. I just kind of saw it and went, yeah, I'll figure that out later. And my mind was very active. It took me about 3 days. So, and I never, in 6 years, I never had other modalities before. I was kind of unique in that way. So I just stuck with divine openings and I did the courses. And I had a big birthday, and I thought, my friend said we could go to Paris and we could do this, and I said, what I really, really want to do for myself is another one of those retreats. So that second retreat felt so good, and I looked at the guides in Germany, and they were all so high vibe. I just said, my God, they're all lit up, and I wanted that for myself. So I started the guide program. And now this retreat, it was so different because I went deep like that. I got still in the first hour. My mind is no longer active. And you, Donna, you were saying, is the mind the same thing as the small self? Sometimes my small self will get into an emotion, and my mind will soothe my small self now.
It's trained.
And yes, my mind is a completely different entity now than it was when I started Divine Openings. It's on my side. It soothes me.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me. How about an effective question, Beth? So yeah, that part's cool. Yeah.
So now we begin to enjoy the immersion, total immersion. The familiar begins to feel so real. You're so in it that it's more challenging to step outside and observe it as your large self observes it. Really get, not just have this as a concept, you really get that ultimately you can't lose. Ultimately you're safe. Even if you really crash your plane, you're an eternal being. And I know everybody says that, but you really get it. Here, moves really fast. I'm really looking forward to that day when we can resume having retreats here in California and in Germany. In the meantime, we're all getting a master class in being with uncertainty, adapting to change, and coming up with new and innovative ways to do things. I've been developing new activities and testing them online in other workshops and webinars. I've been quite pleased with the results that people have had from doing those activities. I'll give you activities that will help take you deeper into the silence. That deep silence is a necessity on our spiritual path. We get more of what we focus on, and very often daily life takes up all of our focus. And a retreat gives us that opportunity to focus deep within for a few days. You'll do the activities online with me, and then there will be a page on the website that guides you in how to spend the rest of your day. And the reward is 100 times more than the effort it takes. And the effort it takes isn't much. I can't wait to be with you in that deep and focused way, where we give priority to that which is most important, the larger us, the non-physical us. And the effects will be long-lasting, unfolding long after the retreat is over. One creative participant who will be in this workshop said that she and several of her friends are going to rent a vacation-y type place, and they were going to spend that weekend in seclusion together. It's good to get away from your normal atmosphere, your habitual way of thinking that tends to happen when you're in your own home. So think about that you could take the retreat and make it a bit of a vacation at the same time, just as it would be if you came here to my home or to the retreat center in Germany. At least plan to spend some time outdoors or in nature, even if it's in your own backyard or in the park nearby. Make it as luscious and as yummy as you possibly can until that day that I see you here, which I still so look forward to. Till then, I'll see you in the virtual retreat. Get ready to get in tune with the deepest part of yourself, the most powerful part of yourself. It'll be 3 deeply relaxing, restorative, and expansive days. But don't worry, you get to take that silence with you, because by then you know that that silence is always deep inside. It's only when we get completely caught up in life that we leave that silence behind, or that we can't find that silence. But once you know where it is, you can tap into it in a nanosecond. It's like learning the address of grace. You always know where it is after that. If you're familiar with divine openings, you know that each expansion, each deepening feels like coming home again. If you don't know about divine openings, learn about it at divineopenings.com. To register for the retreats, go to divineopenings.com and click retreat. Welcome to your new life.